What's up, YouTube? Welcome to another Counting Wisdom YouTube video. Today I wanted to talk about social media. So we have to be careful. There's a lot of sexual content on social media. There's half naked women on social media, half naked men. There's a lot of bodybuilder men and bodybuilding women, people in bikinis, people in swimwear. And so you have to really limit what you're watching on Instagram and on YouTube. And I've noticed myself just kind of like, I think this is more of something that I'm becoming aware of. That sometimes I can't really go on Instagram because there's just too much on there where, people today, the world doesn't really have a filter. The world doesn't care, and what I mean by the world is the secular people who don't know Christ. They don't care about how they live. I mean, they're just doing whatever they feel is right. And what they feel is right is they could be wearing clothes, a lot of clothes, or a little bit of clothes. And so just be aware of what you're taking in, because it could feed your urges. If you struggle with when you're out in public looking at a guy or looking at a girl, it could really feed that desire because you're on Instagram and you may not be directly looking at them, but it's on your feed. So just wanted to make aware that, pray about that, tell God about that, because God cares about all of what we go through. And today I had a revelation because I confess a little bit more about like some of the wrongs that I feel like, over the weekend, the pastor was telling us how we need to hear when people in our life are telling us, something that we need to change. And my wife was telling me how I don't need to drink. And even though I don't drink, I don't really drink, but I have drank in my life, and there's been moments where I've had addiction. And so it was like I couldn't really hear her when she was telling me that. And so I think we need to have an open heart, and really hear what people in our lives are trying to say, really hear what the people in church are trying to tell us. Instead of having a hard heart or judging that pastor and being like, oh, I don't want to hear what he has to say, like he's probably a sinner. Well, God delivered a message through a donkey, to Balaam in the Bible. And this is in the Old Testament. And, we have to listen to what people have to say, because they could really be saving us from a lot of heartache and pain. But also what trumps what other people say in our life is what God says. So, we have to stick to what God knows. And so anyway, I was just noticing how sometimes on social media, there's a lot of pictures that come up when you're just scrolling. Sometimes it's fun to just go scroll through social media and see interesting pictures, but you have to be aware that, a lot of it, the whole world is led astray through lust. That's what the Bible tells us. Lust is strong sexual desire, and it's also just strong desire for anything, but it mostly has to do with some sexual desire. And so, for a person like me, I feel like we have to be aware that, the internet has a lot of good in it, but it also has a lot of bad. And we have to guard our heart against those social media sites that they're not going to get you into heaven or hell. And I mean, they're just posting different things that they don't really have a Christian aspect to it. So anyway, I just wanted to remind you that we shouldn't be lusting. We shouldn't be looking at that woman at the street, and being like, oh, let me try to flirt with them with my eyes. And we shouldn't be, obviously your eyes might just connect with someone, and you know, you can just look away, you know, but I think we can't you know, we have to watch out for what we're letting into our body. And so I just thought of that because, you know, social media is so crazy sometimes, where, you know, you have so many things that you can search, that you can bring up sexual things on your social media, and before you know, you're addicted to something. And if you're addicted out there, guys, you know, there's freedom in Jesus. You know, when you call on Jesus and you pray, and you sincerely pray and be honest, you know, I have to admit that sometimes those things are enticing. You know, those things, it makes you want to look at it, you know, and you're like, oh, sex is great, like, let me try to look at that. And it's really not good out of the right context, which is marriage, which is in marriage. And so we have to be aware, you know. And so I just wanted to remind us, put a reminder out there that, you know, watch out for what's on your social media, because, you know, sometimes, you know, your friends can post people who you follow. You might have to unfollow people that, you know, are just posting those sexual driven pictures, you know. And so anyway, just wanted to send out a reminder. And also, you can get these I Love My Bible stickers on my website, if you want to check out other stickers that I have. But all right, thanks so much. My website is washye.com, washye.com. But thanks so much for checking out this channel, and I will talk to you on the next day. See ya.